Shark Kruber woke up one day, feeling proud of his Bretonnian lineage. He was gonna serve his lady with the blessings of the Grail Knight. What Skaven and Chaos operation can I disrupt now? He was thinking I will go directly to the Enchanter's lair and deal with the sorcerer. He couldn't do it alone though, so he called his two brothers. Together, they crafted a masterful plan. They were going to infiltrate the lair as sharks. He chose his Bretonnian sword and shield and his trusty two-handed great hammer. At level 5 he got second wind. At level 10 he got virtue of the knightly temper. At level 15 he got smiter. At level 20 he got virtue of purity. At level 25 he got virtue of discipline. At level 30 he got virtue of audacity. And it should look a little something like this. Now they were ready to face the sorcerer himself. First they went into the courtyard, and then they entered the castle. The door closed behind them and they were waiting in this entrance room. All of them tried to push open the door and suddenly they got ambushed. They fell into a pit full of monsters. Shark Kruber pulled out his Bretonnian sword and shield and started doing his combo. Usually he would stab his enemies with a shield bash and then a stab attack, and then chain it with a light attack. And if we're facing heavy enemies, we can end this combo by 2 hits of the Great Hammer. I know this sounds silly, but hey, we're playing as Shark Kruber and anything makes sense. Every time they had Chaos Warriors or very strong enemies, Shark Kruber would use his double holy blade to slash through the Chaos Warriors. He had to finish 2 quests given by the lady in order to get some buffs for the whole team. They ventured further into the castle, searching for the sorcerer, but he was nowhere to be found. Maybe there was some leeches lurking around and some Chaos Warriors, but that was about it. Was Shark Kruber ever gonna find the sorcerer? From afar they heard the cries of a spawn of chaos. This was his time. Shark Kruber had to prove himself. He chugged a strength potion, got grabbed by the spawn of chaos, and thrusted his sword twice into the belly of the spawn. Unfortunately, he fell down, but his trusty shark boys were there to catch him. He got up, and after a healing draught, everything was fine and dandy. Shark Kruber and the boys pushed forward with his trusty Bretonnian sword and shield. Finally, they entered the final room, where Nurgloth, the Eternal, was waiting. Shark Kruber would use his special ability every time he had the chance. He would avoid the red circles and help his teammates kill more enemies. The sorcerer left back into his lair and an ambush of berserkers just kept wailing down on the shark boys. They made easy work of them. Shark Kruber's only weakness is being left without teammates, and then he got downed while trying to use his special ability. Luckily, they came swiftly and healed him. He stabbed the sorcerer twice more, making him disappear back into his lair, and another wave of berserkers coming. A special weapon. One of the shark boys gave Shark Kruber a potion of concentration. After chugging it down, he kept stabbing the sorcerer again and again and again. Shark Kruber gave it his all, and it was gonna be either him or the sorcerer, and this castle ain't big enough for the 2 of us. He gathered all the forces that he had, made his way into the sorcerer and gave one final thrust. The shark boys made good end of the sorcerer, and that was it. Shark Kruber and the boys had finally made it. Anyways, I hope you liked that story. That was just a little something else I wanted to try. If you like that story, please make sure to subscribe. I'm a new channel and it really helps out. So this build should take you up to Legend. I've tried it myself, that's what I usually play. And the point of this build is to have an overall good build that will give you temporary health with the stagger ability, and you're able to deal with armored units and hordes. If you're facing lots of hordes, use exclusively only the Bretonnian shield and sword and use the combo block attack into normal attack and then just chain that. I suggest going into the hammer combo only when there's armored units and when you know you have a time to attack, because most enemies can sneak an attack in before you can change your weapon, and that kind of leaves you vulnerable to attacks. Use the normal attack of the Great Hammer because it has great damage and it will deal with the armored units. If you're having difficulty cracking the armored units, usually you can give them a hit with the Bretonnian Shield and Sword to open them up and then hit them with a Great Hammer. Well, that's all on my end. Please let me know if I made a mistake or you would like to see something different. I always encourage the comments to be a place of discussion. Thank you and have a great one.